It's the oldest structure along the Buffalo National River Park system, the Parker-Hickman log home, built around 1840. This entire farmstead is a perfect example of the way Ozark life was 150, 160 years ago. And it's where we begin this week's show. Then we'll take you to Pilot Rock near Clarksville, where quite a successful woodland ecosystem restoration has taken place. And then we'll show you all there is to see and do at the Blanchard Springs Recreation Area north of Mountain View. But first, let's explore the Parker-Hickman farmstead.
Today folks can come out and visit the Parker-Hickman home and see an evolution of over 100 years of folks living out here, living and loving and enjoying life here within just a short distance of the Buffalo River. They had built structures we call outbuildings, and so when folks come out and visit the house, they can also visit and see these 7 outbuildings, some dating back almost as far back as when the house was built. But again, it's an evolution of a home site here in the Ozarks.
And the buildings that around the property is typical of what would be an average Ozark farmstead.
Right.
Back then.
And as time went on, times and things changed, and so during different homeowners' residency, they would add to or dismantle or change completely depending on what their needs were.
Linda Bishop says the quality of the craftsmanship is the reason why this house is still standing.
Now we feel like the Parkers were carpenters when they were living in Tennessee, North Carolina, that area of the country, because when they came here to the Ozarks, they brought a craft with them that we can see in the structure of this cabin. And it actually explains how this cabin could still be standing 160 some years later. But if we step right over here to the corner of the home, we see that they chose a style called half dovetailing. And this would have been the way they would have constructed homes in North Carolina or Tennessee area over in the Appalachians. They cut down the eastern red cedar from their land right here around the house, dovetailed the logs together so tightly that no rain, no moisture could get into those seams. Choosing eastern red cedar meant they chose a tree that is insect resistant. So those two, the fact that they chose eastern red cedar, dovetailed it together, I think really explains how this home has stood all these 160 years. They could not have chosen a better tree than eastern red cedar. So just a fantastic example of craftsmanship. So these gentlemen must have been carpenters before they got to Arkansas, and certainly were building in North Carolina and Tennessee and honing their skills so that when they got here, they built something to last. What is surprising, though, is they only lived here for a few years. They built the home in the late 1840s, but by the early 1850s, they were selling. They were leaving the area. Some of the Parkers then loaded up in that wagon train and went west. So they left behind, or they sold, a beautiful home. But it was meant to last, would you not say? They did not just throw something together. They really, truly expected this house to last, and it has stood here all these years. So in time, as the house sold many, many times, a lot of pride and love went into the home, and that's why the Park Service continues to try to show as much love and pride, too, in taking care and preserving the home.
Back during those years without indoor plumbing, every homestead, of course, had an outhouse. And later, during the Depression, the government had a special offer with the Works Progress Administration, a WPA privy.
And they offered folks the opportunity for an outhouse, a prefab outhouse. Well, The Hickmans were living here in the 1930s, and they had an outhouse, but they thought, well, maybe they would get the more improved modern outhouse. So they applied for the outhouse. And one day, a crew came here and set up the prefab concrete floor and toilet. And then a day or two later, another crew arrived with the prefabbed outhouse to set on top of that concrete flooring. And you'll notice it's even ventilated. It has a ventilator in it. So this was their modern outhouse, and the Hickmans said that was the only government aid they took during those Depression years.
Another building that every homestead had back then was a smokehouse.
In the 1920s, they chose to build a new smokehouse. So that's what we're walking up to right now. Take a look at this smokehouse, which measures about 10 feet by 12. There would have been a smokehouse here prior to the 1920s, but Mr. Hickman chose to tear it down, replace it with what he wanted. And in the fall and winter months, he would have butchered about between 4 and 6 hogs, and then he would have salt cured and then smoked his hogs. And those 6 hogs would have provided him with enough ham and bacon for at least a year, he and his family, maybe even do some bartering with his smoked hams. After the hams were smoked, he would actually leave the hams hanging in there. And as they needed meat, come out that back door from the kitchen, come out here, get themselves some pork, and go back in the kitchen and enjoy their smoked meats.
Now you're making me hungry. So we have the 2 barns at this end of the farmstead.
That's right. Just shortly after J.D. Hickman bought the farm site, he built this barn, double crib barn it's called. Measures about 35 by 35 with a covered roof, a hay loft. One crib could have held corn, one crib may have held the cow and her little calf to separate it from other cattle. But it was an important part of the farm for Mr. Hickman, so it would have been important for him to have built this big, great barn right after he bought out here. You'll notice the logs are laid a little bit differently than the way the Parkers built the house. This is called a saddle notch, where they just saddled into each other. But it does have a good roof over it, so maybe it wasn't quite as important to have the tight fit as the Parkers did with the dovetail back over at the house. And ventilation then for the corn and the animals that he would have kept here, and the hay. And then this is a newer barn that Mr. Hickman built, probably in the 1920s. And in this barn, he would have housed animals like cows and horses, maybe mules. And there was a loft that would have held some hay. And when we look inside, we don't see all of that anymore. The loft is now gone, and there's some tension wires that is supporting this building. Without those tension wires, this barn would have fallen over years ago.
Preserving a farmstead of this magnitude, according to Linda, is an ongoing project.
The National Park Service does take pride in what we have here at the Buffalo River. And so it's, I know it was the hopes of the family that lived here over the years to see this homestead shown respect. And so the National Park Service is doing that, fulfilling that, and fulfilling the mission that the Park Service has of protection and preservation. So really this home site stands as a monument to those early settlers, and we do take pride in that.
Well, it's definitely a living textbook here.
Absolutely.
A worthwhile side trip to take while visiting the Parker-Hickman farmstead is to go farther up Irby Road past the Buffalo National River and then down from the Irby Church just under a mile to Cove Spring along Cove Creek. This spring forms what you might call Fern Falls. The locals like to call this very peaceful setting the center of the universe spring, and rightfully so. We're standing here atop Pilot Rock in the Ozark National Forest, and behind me is Pilot Mountain itself. Now, as the crow flies, we're about, 12, 15 miles or so northeast of Clarksville. And this is quite an interesting woodlands ecosystem restoration. So, let's explore Pilot Rock. A more detailed look at exactly where Pilot Rock is located, northeast of Hagerville off Highway 123, take County Road 4840 for 8.4 miles, where you'll spot a primitive trail to Pilot Rock. During spring and summer, you'll find plenty of wildflowers here that'll surround you on your hike up to the rock. John Andre, an ecologist with the U.S. Forest Service, filled us in on the history of Pilot Rock.
Historically, the forests here were much thinner, fewer trees per acre, and these rock outcrops up on top of the mountains were highly visible from long distances. So I would think that the early European settlers in this area would be able to see this Pilot Rock from great distances, and it served simply as a landmark or kind of a waypoint for the early travelers to reference when they were going from one place to another.
John explained to us how the need for a woodland ecosystem restoration began back in 2001 in this initial phase of the project.
The government land office records that were generated here in the 1830s indicated the number of trees per acre that occurred here at that time. And the thing that changed was about early 1900s, there was a decision was made within the Forest Service as an agency that they would no longer allow fires to burn uncontrolled in the forest. As a result of that, over 100 years, these ecosystems had no fires in them. And as a result of that, the trees became more and more dense and filled in. So what historically was a woodland or an area with a few scattered trees over it became dense, closed canopy forest. So that change in management policy where they eliminated fire from the National Forest allowed the forest to change in composition and structure over that 100-year period. Now we have enough science that indicates that for these ecosystems to function and stay healthy and sustainable, we need to have fewer trees per acre, and we need to have prescribed fire occur on these landscapes on a regular basis. Because the original practicers of prescribed fire use in this part of the country and in almost all parts of the North America were the Native Americans. They burned the habitats that they lived in on a regular basis for benefits of their people.
The U.S. Forest Service partnered with many other organizations in the Ecosystem Restoration Project, including the Nature Conservancy.
The Nature Conservancy was interested in this portfolio area of the Ozark National Forest because it has a lot of unique species that we're concerned about from a conservation of biodiversity standpoint. And in 2000, after the red oak borer happened and began to impact the forest on like a 500,000 acre scale of killing a lot of the overstory oaks, there was a call to action and a call to do something about helping restore an unhealthy forest to making it healthier. And so the Nature Conservancy's role has been to work with our partners in a scientifically peer-reviewed process that helps develop landscape scale restoration, fire restoration projects in a way that improves wildlife, both quail and turkey, for our hunters, and as well as bird diversity and species diversity, like the diverse flora and fauna we have here where we're standing on Pilot Rock.
It's only fitting that the Nature Conservancy plays a vital role in the restoration, since saving the last great places on Earth is what the organization prides itself on.
That's right. In the Ozark National Forest and the Ozarks beyond, outside of its boundary, there's about 250 species that are only existence in the world is here in these hill country. And so we're really excited to be able to have an area that we can work in to help protect and restore and enhance that biodiversity. Using prescribed fire in areas that haven't had a lot of prescribed fire begins to change the landscape. With 80 years of fire suppression, you have a duff layer of leaf litter and small limbs and stuff that lays on the ground and compacts. And areas that have been treated with prescribed fire, such as this area, multiple times, 3 or 4 times, begins to show its true characters of what was here historically. And what we're seeing, as we're walking around out here is, pretty much 80 years of seed bank underneath that leaf litter that has come to life.
So take a hike up to Pilot Rock for yourself and enjoy all the diversity here that has come back to life. Blanchard Springs, that would be them right behind me. A lot of people come here to go to Blanchard Springs Caverns, but the Blanchard Springs Recreation Area offers many opportunities. It all goes back to when Confederate soldier John Blanchard homesteaded this area right after the Civil War. And since then, many folks have been coming here for sites like this. So let's go do a little exploring. Located north of Mountain View in the Sycamore Ranger District of the Ozark National Forest near the town of 56, the Blanchard Springs Recreation Area offers a unique window to a wonderful adventure. First, there are the springs themselves, which are situated at the end of a trail at a picturesque bluff. The water that flows out of here is at 7,000 gallons per minute. John Blanchard actually built the first grist mill here after the Civil War, just a few hundred feet below the springs. A larger grist mill and cotton gin was built around 1900 by the Mitchell family just below the spillway on Mirror Lake. Inside the exhibit building, you can operate for yourself a working model of that mill. During the 1940s, the Civilian Conservation Corps began reconstruction of the mill, but the work was halted at the start of World War II. A short hike along a boardwalk leads to a trail, which eventually ends at the mill reconstruction site and the spillway.
We encourage people to go down there if they want to and feel the spray of the water and just what might have been happening. And you might even go back in your mind and see a cotton wagon down here, or maybe a load of corn coming in to be ground down for the families here. People used to come up to this area and they'd spend the day. They'd have the spring up here. They might put a watermelon in the spring and let it cool down, and just be a family outing for a day or a long day anyway. And people used to come here quite regularly.
Well, they still do. There's a lot.
Yes, we do have some folks. We do have a few folks come by. And a lot of what happens down here, the Blanchard Recreation Area is on the Ozark National Forest, and the district is called the Sylamore Ranger District. And we have actually 2-3 campgrounds that people can use. This one is called the Blanchard Springs Recreation Area. And we have day use areas where people can go swimming, or fishing, or hiking, or just about anything they want to do. We have cave tours if they want to go to that. One of the interesting things just most recently we've been dealing with and developed was the bike trail. The Sylamore Bike Trail has a junction right here where people can get on the trail and ride this trail. It's lots of challenging fun for people that like to ride mountain bikes, and it's been enjoyed by many people right now.
Of course, the camping opportunities here are great.
Oh yes, wonderful place to go camping. We only have 32 campsites here at Blanchard, but as people come in and they spend time, we let people stay for a few days. As the winter comes along, we have 14-day limits, but really people come in here and they'll camp, they'll go down to the creek and swim and watch their kids grow and watch some other folks enjoy the area. We have amphitheater programs on 2-3 nights a week, and during the summer months primarily, of course. And we have groups come in here. We have group campsite area for people to have a large group of maybe 50 or so. Another area for 35 people. Plus we have pavilions, a couple of pavilions down there that people can rent. Folks that are interested in those kind of things can give us a call at the cave or at the district office in Mountain View and reserve those areas. So it's kind of a neat place. Lots of folks come down here to enjoy, family reunions, or just a weekend out, or a scouting outing, or maybe a church group comes down and just have an evening all together, just enjoying the evening.
All day singing and dinner on the ground.
Yeah, I'm sure that could be done too. We can work with that. We sure can.
There is a lot to do here at the Blanchard Springs Recreation Area, so much so that when you get your fill of one thing, you can move on to something else, like fishing for rainbow trout on the pier at Mirror Lake.
Oh, the worms. The worms. Actually, the worms.
Okay, well, where did the wormies go?
Exploring a Native American bluff shelter, Shelter Cave offers endless opportunities in learning about those Ozark bluff dwellers which inhabited such shelters thousands of years ago. After you've finished exploring, hiking, or fishing, a perfect ending to your day here at Blanchard Springs Recreation Area is to take a dip at one of 2 swimming holes along North Sillamore Creek. So come see, experience, and explore for yourself all there is to do here at the Blanchard Springs Recreation Area in the Ozark National Forest. And you'll see that visiting just once isn't enough. And for more on these and other destinations, and to view our maps or to order a copy of an episode, visit our website, aetn.org/exploringarkansas. And we'll see you again the next time for another exciting adventure on Exploring Arkansas.